Hello, this is the TradeSite Forex Market Preview and International Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, October 1st, 2017, ending Friday the 6th. Welcome to the fourth quarter of 2017 already. How fast it flies. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. Not much new. Rose a little bit earlier in the week, and then kind of flattened out later in the week. Let's go through the major daily charts, then we'll look at the intra-week action. Then we'll look at the economic data coming out this week and see what we need to set up for. So here's the euro dollar. That 13 seeker sell signal nailed the high of the day. Perfect sell signal there. Heading back down a bit still, but not much. Not a lot of action right now still in Forex. Pound also came back a bit this week, obviously, after breaking out a couple of weeks ago. The Aussie dollar tried to break out, swept the highs and failed. Now it's back at 3-month lows. Pound yen holding up, high range base. Euro yen going sideways. Pound Swiss also holding up near highs. New Zealand dollar back near about actually 5-month lows there. Here's the intra-week action. So 30-minute candles. High to low for the week on the euro dollar was about 230 pips. It's better than some of what we've seen. We did all right. You can see the little gap down on Sunday. Never actually filled. That's very unusual in Forex. Monday and Tuesday had some range, and then the rest of the week was really stuck in about 100 pip range. And then the pound dollar, this one was about 200 pips high to low and wasn't nearly as exciting looking overall. Remember, again, we usually trade 130, 140 pips on the pound per day, so 200 for the week is nothing spectacular. All right, let's take a look at the economic data that's coming out this week. Starting on Sunday, we got the bank holiday in Australia. To start the week, we've got the Tankin manufacturing and non-manufacturing indices out of Japan. Australia's got their MI inflation gauge. China also starting with the bank holiday. Japan's final manufacturing PMI number. Swiss retail sales going into Monday. Spanish manufacturing PMI and Swiss, and then Italian, and then German, and then French, and then the broad European final manufacturing PMI data, and then the UK throws in theirs as well. Unemployment rate out of Europe at 5 a.m. Eastern time on Monday. Canada's manufacturing PMI number as well, and the U.S. one. So everybody putting out their manufacturing data all in like a 7-hour window around the world. You got the monetary base out of Japan Monday night. China stays on bank holiday. Got a rate announcement out of the Bank of Australia Monday night. 10-year bond auction in Japan and their CPI, their Bank of Japan core CPI and consumer confidence numbers. Commodity prices out of Australia. Spanish unemployment change, German bank holiday. Construction PMI out of the UK. Europe's got the PPI data. New Zealand's got GDT price index. Total vehicle sales out of the U.S. AIG services index out of Australia. New Zealand's got their ANZ commodity prices. China's got their bank holiday. So they're a bank holiday. Looks like all week. Oh, yeah, it is. The whole week is a Chinese holiday. All right. Going into Wednesday, we've got services PMI data out of Spain, Italy, France, Germany. Every 5 minutes, a new one, right? Broad European sector, and then the UK. Retail sales out of Europe at 5 a.m. Eastern time. ADP non-farm employment change here in the U.S. and our final services PMI data. ISM non-manufacturing PMI, our crude oil inventories. Fed Chair Yellen speaking. Retail sales out of Australia and trade balance out of Australia going into Thursday. CPI out of Switzerland. Retail PMI out of Europe. UK's got their housing equity withdrawals. French 10-year bond auction. Challenger job cuts out of the U.S. Trade balance out of Canada. Unemployment claims and trade balance here in the U.S. So the unemployment data is one thing, but the trade balance is one of our big three every month. So we'll be half size ahead of that. Factory orders here in the U.S. Natty gas here in the U.S. AIG construction index. Average cash earnings out of Japan. Leading indicators out of Japan. And then we've got German factory orders, French government balance and trade balance, foreign currency reserves out of Switzerland, Halifax HPI out of the UK. Italian retail sales out of Europe, unemployment rate out of Canada, and out of the U.S. Again, one of our big three. So back-to-back days with big three data. The IV PMI out of Canada, final wholesale inventories here in the U.S., and consumer credit at 3 in the afternoon. So the big numbers are the trade balance and the unemployment rate here in the U.S. Thursday and Friday. Those two are big three. We are back to full size because we did see a little bit of action in the markets lately. So I'm trying to come out of summer now and get us back to normal size. But we would be half size ahead of those two data points. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.